Welcome to the Disneyland Forever podcast, your source for all things from the happiest place on earth. For more updates, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Disneyland Forever, and you can check out our website, disneylandforever.com. Hey everyone.
Hello.
It's Jordan.
And Daniel.
And we are just I don't know about you. Maybe I shouldn't say we. I am getting very excited for the fact that we're heading back to Disneyland in just a couple of days.
I am not. I don't like it there.
I know you would prefer to work, right?
Yes.
I know that's your happy place.
Yep, especially today when computers stopped working.
I know.
I love it.
Those are your favorite days, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's hard for, maybe this actually plays really well into this week's topic. There's a lot of our friends and family are like, but aren't you always there? Weren't you just in Disney World? And didn't you just do a Disney cruise?
Yeah, sort of.
Yes.
Yes. We do it more than most people.
But we haven't actually been to Disneyland since December.
Yes.
Just throwing that out there. If you just ignore the other two trips in there, it's like we haven't done any Disney trip in a couple months, which is completely not true. It's not true at all. We have done many Disney trips, but there's something different to go back to your home park. So that's kind of been occupying my thoughts because, you're good now for like a week from work.
No, I work tomorrow.
Never mind.
After that.
I spoke too soon. Anyway, but it's been busy for both of us for a while, so it's nice to just have that on the horizon. And the reason this kind of ties into this week's episode is because we wanted to talk about what is a Disney adult. That term gets thrown around all the time. People call us Disney adults, and I usually just say, yep.
I am an adult, and I do Disney.
When people come over to our house, it doesn't take them very long to be like, I see you like Disney. Like, yes.
Just a little bit.
Just a lot. It's fine. And so we just want to kind of break down that term and just kind of address it, not like I don't mean this in you're all wrong, and here's why you're all. It's more just a
discussion. Let's
just kind of discuss, is this accurate? Is this really the way that most people actually are, that you term Disney adults, and just things like that. So kind of an open discussion. We haven't actually discussed much of this. We just kind of put down bullet points, and I guess we'll go from there.
Yep.
But hopefully, I would assume that if you're listening to this, you probably have also had that term thrown at you, or have thought of it, am I a Disney adult yourself? And so hopefully this actually applies to a lot of you guys, or maybe you have thoughts about this. So we will get into it. But we do first have a new review.
Yes, it's from Marimoto with an exclamation mark.
I was going to say, it's not just Marimoto.
Marimoto! They said, like a cozy nook.
Hey, we can read that full one.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to
keep the title short.
I was listening to Rope Drop, and they also cannot see the full title.
Oh, well.
So it's just Apple Music needs to stop allowing you to do such a long title if they're not going to let anyone read it.
Especially when it doesn't matter if you click on it, because
no, it doesn't expand it.
Zoom in more.
I don't know. It's annoying.
Yeah. When you do the reviews, keep the title short.
Unless you just want us to keep guessing what comes after the dot.
It is entertaining. It may not be above brow all the time, but
I just wanted to let you know that I was listening to him this would make him feel so much better.
But yes, please be extremely wordy in the body
you don't have to. You don't have to be.
We'll do it. It's fun. We like it.
It's fun. But the short one was fun too. Anyway,
they said, I stumbled on the podcast and I've been binging 2 to 3 episodes per day. Not only do they provide tangible, helpful tips for Disneyland, pressing play feels like I'm escaping to a cozy nook where everything else that may be weighing on my mind goes away, and I can just imagine myself being in the parks or planning my next trip. Thank you.
Yay.
You are welcome.
Like a cozy nook. I like that description. That is one thing. I just love kind of the community that's built around. I think it's particularly last week, there was a lot of people that just came out of the woodwork and were sending us stuff oh my gosh, this is a good point that you made. What was the one that someone mentioned? There was one, now I feel like I'm going to have to look it up. Someone messaged me something that, they were because we were talking about about theme park pizza, and they said that Universal actually has a good theme park pizza. I mean, was it Universal? One theme park had really good theme park pizza, and I was like, oh, well, that's interesting to know. Yeah. There was also someone, I mentioned this to you, that even was asking us, "Are you going to do a recap on your Walt Disney World trip?" And then they
deleted it.
Then they deleted it. It was they must be actively listening to the podcast.
We didn't need to do a full trip report because we're a Disneyland podcast.
We will do it. You can expect it next week because between now and then we will have been and come back it'll be the night that we come back from Disneyland. So we'll be tired, but we'll do one.
Yes.
It'll be great.
There was, where were we just? We were just at Disney World most recently, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there was someone in line or something I was just overhearing, and people are like, or I think it was on the monorail, they're like, this is not a vacation. This is work.
Oh, I remember that. And
I was like, yeah.
Well, sort of.
It's fun work, but if you're going to just relax and not do anything and sit in the pool, then why are you at Disney?
Yeah, it's the wrong place to do it.
The pools are fun, and I didn't do the water slide at the...
If you want to have a relaxing
Tower,
Disney trip, that's called like Aulani or Vero Beach or Hilton Head or a cruise.
Vero Beach has the cute little turtles.
We need to get back to Vero Beach at some point. It's the only place in Florida where I'm like, ooh, we need to get there.
Did you see that Hong Kong is doing 2 new themed lands, Marvel and Pixar?
It's not 2 themed lands,
or
but
just 2 areas.
Yes, they're going to have like a new Pixar thing. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what it was, but we already knew about the Marvel thing because they're building a new Spider-Man attraction, and there's a lot of people are assuming that they're going to break off the Stark Expo from Tomorrowland and make it its own thing.
We're just gonna have to go back anyway.
Oh darn!
Definitely Tokyo and Paris are high.
Tokyo. We have to wait until Space Mountain is done.
Yes.
Just throwing that out there.
But anyway, with the review, thank you for leaving the review for the Nook, a cozy Nook.
In case you're wondering, when we do get a new review and reread it, this sort of conversation just
happens anyway.
Naturally happens. And so now you get to hear it in real time.
But make sure that if you haven't done so, leave a 5-star rating on Apple, Spotify, or Audible.
Not so easy, is it?
Not really, because I think I just said Spotify. Sounds like a cool spy. And if you want to feel wordy and make things great in the whole world of Disneydom and for our lives, write a 5-star review, leaving a possibly short, possibly long intro topic sentence. And then hopefully a fairly wordy
I should have made some popcorn for this.
Of the food of the words.
This is entertaining.
The words in the body of the review, and we really appreciate that.
And now the podcast is over. That's the end of our podcast. Well. But seriously, thank you guys.
Here's the news with Jordan.
Oh no, no! You just I haven't heard you do that before, so I was just like, I want to see where this goes. It was very well done. just so you know. But and also, if you know someone who you think would enjoy this, please make sure that you share it with them. That helps us reach more people that way, and we really we appreciate those that have done so, and we're always grateful for people who are like, hey, just barely started listening and asking us questions. We really appreciate that. So just kind of keeping that in mind. Also, I keep wanting to have a conversation with you. Like, people have asked in the past about us doing like a what's it called, Patreon. I've thought about it. I don't know what we would offer.
I don't know either. More weird bantering and horrible jokes. People would probably pay for that.
Maybe. I don't know. I've thought about it. I just don't know what we would really do. I'm like, I have a Spotify playlist. Do you want to listen to that?
We should for a Patreon, we'll just carry a microphone with us through the day, and you can just hear the weirdness. No one wants to hear that. Oh, I think they do. Well, okay. I think they do.
They might, and then who knows what would happen to us.
It would be a little terrible, but...
All right, so when it comes to news this week at Disneyland, there's one thing that I wanted to just kind of clarify, because I realized that I think we were mistaken when we last talked about it, and I want to make sure that everyone is on the same page. So the Pixar Putt that's at the Pixar Place Hotel right now, we sort of kind of mentioned it, but we didn't spend a lot of time on what it was specifically. It's a pop-up experience. It's not a permanent thing.
Yeah, I said that.
I know. So it's like, I know you did, but we didn't really like touch on it very much. So it will only be here through part of the summer, and then it's going to leave, because there's a lot of people that are like, why is it set up inside in a conference room? It's not actually, from what I understand, I don't even think they said it's Disney that's doing it.
Huh.
I've heard some conflicting things about that, but it's not permanent. Yes. It's just there. It is indoors. People have enjoyed it. You can book ahead of time. You can just try to walk in, like, things like that. But I just wanted to kind of clarify, because there's a lot of things going around like, what is this? One of our friends actually reached out to me and asked, like, what do you know about this? And I was like,
It
you
is
know
there.
about this? I did not think that he would. Anyway.
Speaking of that, we still need to do the mini golfs at Disney World.
We do. We haven't. And it's included in our pass.
Yeah.
We've just never done it.
Never done it.
Well, one of them's right next to the chicken and the fish. And we
Chicken and the fish.
Um,
That's the
swan and
dolphin. We call them the chicken and the fish.
We have no respect for them
They are
whatsoever.
such ugly buildings.
I know that they're beautiful on the inside, but the outside is not.
So bad.
Anyway, we're just never over there. So I think that's part of why we've never been to that one. Okay. So, okay. One other thing to keep in mind, Magic Keys are still technically for sale, but the top 2 tiers have now sold out. So Inspire and Believe, excuse me. Inspire and Believe
I
keys
will never and can
are
never
sold
remember which ones.
That
which.
was actually, I was doing so well, and then this happened, and I was like, crap. So it's the Inspire and Believe keys are sold out, but the Enchant and Imagine keys are still available.
It still took a long time for them to resell out. That was like 3 weeks or 4 weeks.
I know. You want to talk? I was talking to you about this morning. You want to talk about taking a long time to sell out? If you hadn't already bought your tickets for Star Wars Night, the Disneyland After Dark event,
They're all available except for the May the 4th be with you.
yep, that's the only one that sold out. Everything else is still available, and those tickets have been on sale for a while, like at least a week, I think. And I'm like, that doesn't bode well. But it does bode well for you if you were wanting to go and thinking about it.
You might be the only people there.
Yeah. Also, the Premier Pass at Disneyland. This is the one that gets you one Lightning Lane for every Lightning Lane attraction in
$3
both parks.
billion.
For about right now, I don't know if they've started change the price yet, but it's typically been $400 a day
Per person.
per person. That it used to be that you could only book it 2 days in advance, up to 2 days in advance. Now you can book it up to 7 days in advance. It's something that's changed. So you can now look it up 7 days in advance. I don't know how many of you were really worried about that.
It was my biggest worry. Ooh, 7 days now.
I mean, again, I have heard from people who did it that they really enjoyed the experience, but I have not heard any of them say they felt it was worth the $400.
No.
Per person. Again, we have to reiterate.
If you
per person.
This is a once in a lifetime time to Disneyland, and you only have 1 day to do both parks, then spend all the money.
Yes. I still think that they should bring it down to like $200 a day and eliminate the multi-pass.
Yeah.
Do it all be the Premier Pass.
It would still all work pretty
like
well.
$200 a day. I think that then if you bought it, you would feel like that was worth the money, but it's also going to prevent a lot of people. Anyway, I could get into the weeds on this one, but that's my personal thought. Okay. I also just kind of wanted to mention this because it was an interesting story, and there's a moral to it. Well, many morals. There was a TikToker discovered that someone had left their 7-year-old child in a stroller while they went on Mission Breakout, and they just left them there.
Why is a 7-year-old in a stroller?
Let's not get bogged down by that detail. It's really more about the fact that they just left
That's
the child.
my question. Yes, I know there's bigger questions, but
And so security came over, checked on the child, and then they went onto the ride. I don't know if the people were actually on the ride. I assume they were still in the queue, and they escorted them out of the queue to get back to their child. Because in case you were wondering, that's not okay. You are not allowed to do that. And there's a reason. I think it's one of the many reasons why they say that you have to be at least 14 years old to ride the ride by yourself.
yeah.
Like they said, I think it says like if you're under 7 or something, isn't it? It's like if you're under 7, you have to have someone 14 or older with you.
Yes.
And so apparently in the world of Disney, they consider that it's okay for you to be left alone outside if you are 14. Not to say that you can't send I think there's like that gray area you could send like your 8 or 9-year-old into the queue, but that is different being in a line for something rather than being out and about in the park.
Yeah.
Because
Don't leave children places.
So don't do that. It was really, really awkward. So just be a decent parent there, you know. I'm surprised that I had to say this, but at the same time, not surprised.
They should rent. You can rent or pay people to watch your children.
I think that's called. I think people do that. They're called babysitters.
No, but like just on demand, standing outside.
They're called babysitters.
There's like a kiosk where you put money in and a babysitter pops out.
There should be that. I will give you that.
For
it's
each
just
ride.
full of people.
Yep.
All right. So that's it for the news for right now. I'm sure we're going to get a whole lot coming out in the next week or so because we're anticipating them to announce the sale date for Pride Night soon, I would imagine, and probably more food guides for the 70th anniversary. Anyway, all that's coming up. Now let's get into our main topic. So a Disney adult. What is a Disney adult?
Someone who likes Disney, who
And
is
is an
18
adult.
and older. Thank you. That's been the episode.
So I doubt that this is a ton of people listening to this who have not heard this term before. But in case you haven't and are like, I don't know what you're talking about. A Disney adult is someone who
Loves Disney.
They're
Like-
known as it's like one of their defining characteristics is their love of Disney. It's usually over the top.
Dressing up and stuff,
Yes.
collecting things, Mickey ears, going a lot, like just love it, everything Disney. And that is definitely us.
Yeah, that is us. I'm not saying that at all. The thing that I usually take offense with is the fact that people usually mean it. Well, let's talk about some of these other things first. So, Dan, you wrote down some of these bullet points just from things that we Googled online, like what do people usually associate with the term Disney adult? Deep fandom. Well, duh. We have a really big podcast here. And when we say big, and when I say big, I don't mean like audience reach. I mean like we have so many episodes.
Yes.
Like it has a large library.
Well,
we've been
and-
doing this for a while because we enjoy it.
There was an article that someone had written. It was kind of lengthy, so I'm not going to go into all of it. But it was just kind of giving a background. Like a lot of us, especially our age, like people in their 30s and 40s, grew up with the height of Disney popularity, Disney pop culture. Our childhood, you had VHSs of some of the best movies that were ever done by Disney. Even Michael Eisner was quoted as saying, like, this stuff is for adults as well as kids. Same with Walt Disney.
Yeah.
He wanted a park that was for adults. And so, we're just, it's a part of our childhood, and then you have that nostalgia aspect. So it's just
Yeah.
part of people's lives. Even the people who have not been to Disneyland or Disney World a lot as a kid, they can still consider themselves Disney adults and
Yeah.
long for that time to go.
It doesn't have to be park centric. It
Yeah.
can be just any Disneydom.
But it's so
of any
much.
kind.
It's so much of culture, especially now that Disney's bought other
big.
IPs and with Marvel
Yeah.
and Star Wars and stuff. So
One of the distinguishing characteristics are merchandise collection or merchandise collectors. Like, can
Pin
you
trading.
We do
my
not.
goodness.
And I can verify we do not have something in our house that we refer to as the Disney Shrine.
Oh yeah, no, definitely not.
That definitely doesn't exist.
Not right in front of our
Not
faces
right in front of
now.
our faces right now. No, not at all. Or actually, we always laugh at the fact, like, do we have any non-Disney art? And I can point out like 5 on the wall right now
There's a couple. Yep.
that are not Disney
There's
related.
New York City. There's some
If you
Hawaii
count about
stuff.
the stuff that's like pictures of us, I think that counts too.
That's true.
Or the cat, pictures of the cat. But there's a collection. It could be memorabilia. It could be pictures. It could be like attraction posters. It could be pins, like
Mickey
you
ears.
mentioned. Mickey ears,
Huge.
Loungefly bags,
Yep.
Spirit jerseys.
Spirit jerseys are big.
and
And-
all those sorts of things.
and a lot of- I mean-
plushes. We don't have a ton of plushes.
No, like 200 probably. But like Disney adults, it can be construed as a little frustrating in that aspect that a lot of people will go in and just like buy up stuff, resell. That's
Especially like sippers or popcorn buckets.
the resale thing. I don't think that should be done, but you can't really stop that other than like
I don't know if that counts as the Disney adult, because sometimes I wonder how much of a Disney adult they are.
That's true. Probably a lot of the Disney
wonder.
adults would get mad at people like that, but
Yeah.
definitely people love to have their things that are Disney related.
They also said Disney adults have frequent visits to the theme parks. Definitely true. Now, frequent could mean different things to different people. Obviously,
Yeah.
for us, we're a little bit highly addictive. And so we go constantly, as we had mentioned earlier. And we know that that's not the case for everyone. I would consider often even going like once a year. If it's like a pretty regular thing that you're going like once a year, that's pretty regular. I mean, especially now how expensive it is to go.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty regular.
I mean, because you have people who have magic keys. Obviously, if that's their sole intent is to just go a lot, and be an adult without kids and stuff.
I didn't even count it, like when I was growing up, my family going once every other year, I considered that pretty frequently because it's not like we did big trips ever. So the fact that we were able to go every other year was a big deal for us.
And you lived in a hut.
We did not live in a hut.
You were very poor growing up.
Yes. Yeah. And if you're wondering, like, well, oh, why are you saying that? Like, no, my dad reminded us of it frequently. You were not.
Was not poor growing up.
You were definitely not.
I was made to think we were, even though we went to Disney World every year.
Yeah, like I don't know how they convinced you of that because you were not.
When I wanted something, I never got a Nintendo. I wanted one for so long. A Game Boy. It took him like 4 or 5 years after it came out to finally give me one.
Oh, poor you.
Yep, little violin playing. I know. But
anyway.
I had a Mickey shrine at my old house.
But yeah, it's kind of almost like some people see it as like, oh, it's the Mecca, your annual Mecca back to the parks and like to the mouse, like sort of.
Well, but so it's in the definition that we found, it's often used as a pejorative term. So a lot of families will complain saying, you're being a Disney adult, you're being here, especially with the park reservation system, you're taking away a chance at someone else with their children to come.
Have you had someone say like, to you, because it has happened to me with like, oh, you're a Disney adult.
Yeah.
And
it's
like, oh, by the way, in case you're wondering and you're not really in the community, to say you're what's even worse is to be called a Disney gay.
Oh, yeah.
In case you're wondering, like, oh, you're one of those Disney gays. I'm like, first of all, yes. Second of all, you don't have to act like that's a bad thing.
Yeah, there's often a deeper level of craziness at Disney.
Yes.
But, yes, I found a very succinct definition that was kind of funny. A childless, self-infantilized, overly excitable millennial.
Okay. And here's the deal. Like, I think that is a very good definition for the stereotype that everyone has in their head when they're like, oh, a Disney adult. And it's like the one... And we see these all the time in the parks. The problem is stereotypes happen because they are too often true.
Slightly based in reality.
Not necessarily like it's the majority, but unfortunately you can pinpoint like that's where you get it from. The people that they do like shove in front of anyone, they don't really care. And they're matching mini ears, Spirit Jersey, Loungefly, they're all the same.
Or perhaps the adult female that got on her boyfriend or husband's shoulder, as we talked about in prior episodes.
Maybe.
In the middle of World of Color with her glowing fairy wings on and a huge iPad, like the iPads and the recording of things. The
people that they're getting more excited than the kids at things.
Well, the problem is
and I also hate, it's just another time, may I just say, it's just another time to throw out millennial like it's a horrible thing. I'm like, millennials are not even the youngest ones anymore. So like, can we just move past the whole
We're elderly now. Thing? I am at least. But so if you are a Disney adult like us, and we often have to try and like remind ourselves, make sure you're not ruining the magic for anyone else. It's awesome to be excited about Disney. And honestly, for people who say like you're taking a spot, I don't think they sell out of or like book up the park reservations that often. It might be like a July 17th or a Christmas Day or stuff. In general, there is definitely plenty of room for everyone.
But yeah, we have definitely had people. I don't know exactly what you're talking about when you mentioned like people say you're taking it away from a family with kids, or another way to look at that is sometimes they say like we go there and it's just these Disney adults everywhere and it's just making it so hard for the families with kids. I'm like, first of all, there's nothing that says this is a kids-only park. Nope. And I actually take offense when people act like it's just for kids. Like, no.
That's not what the intent was.
It never has been the intent to have it just be for kids.
Is it amazing for kids? Definitely.
Absolutely. But it was never the intention to have it just be for kids. Look at what was in Tomorrowland when it opened in 1955. I'm sorry, no child was begging to
I
look
want to see the molecules!
At the Hall of Chemistry or the Bathroom of Tomorrow. No kid cared.
Nope, no one cares about that.
And I don't
even
adults think any
care.
kid wanted to go and look at the Circle Vision 360 theater. Yeah. They had it there for the adults. Like it's always been a thing that it was there for families. Anybody of any age could enjoy
Original Epcot, not for family.
Not
for children. It's for adults.
Not at all. And so, like, when you say you're taking it away from the kids, I'm like, No, it's for everyone to enjoy.
And that's why there's things that cater to so many ages. So I would definitely like.
And there's a reason we don't ever go to Disney and Junior Dance Party. Just saying.
Yeah, that would be super creepy. So like I said, if you are a Disney adult, just at least be like kind to others. Try to still think of others trying to have a good experience as well in whatever sphere they have. But it's so much of people's lives. Like most Disney adults were Disney children. Like their families took them there. Even if they weren't, like they still have this love for the culture and just all the stuff that Disney represents. One of the pejorative things, and it's I can kind of see it in some ways, is there's like this unwillingness to mature. There's definitely some of that there.
That can be there. But I don't think that's necessarily the case for everybody.
Definitely not.
Because I wouldn't ever look at you and say you have an unwillingness to mature. Now, do you really?
Do I love Bruni and talking to baby talk? And yes, I do.
But that's not you all the time.
No.
And that's where I'm like, this is very different. I think there are some that I think they do get too rooted in like my life is ruined if I can't do a certain Disney related thing, whereas for us, I don't see that as a case.
Yeah, you definitely have to have like an open mind in your life and be able to see that that's not the only thing. It can be a huge part of your life, but if it gets you way too self-involved and like
your life revolves around it.
and you can't face like normal mature things of adulthood, then you've really got to have some introspection there. But what's interesting to me, and I mean, there's some of it that like some people love Harry Potter, some people love some of the Universal movies, but there isn't the same level of
it doesn't have the same
adult
connotation.
Yeah,
I do think there's a Harry Potter adult.
Yes,
but it doesn't have the same connotation as a Disney adult.
No, and it's funny how often they
often
mingle.
Overlap.
Yeah,
I mean, I have a lot of Disney tattoos, and the only other non-Disney tattoo that I would like to get, it would be a Harry Potter tattoo. I'm just not gonna lie.
You are a Ravenclaw.
I am very much a Ravenclaw.
And I am a Slytherin.
I'm actually wearing Ravenclaw socks today.
But yeah, there's just this difference in it, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. If it does become a bad thing to people, especially if they're like friends, and it's just, you can tell it's like too much, maybe just gently like
there's a way to do it.
Them. Yeah.
It has to be gentle, but at the same time, like,
but let people have fun. Like it's it's joy and happiness and lots of money.
The one thing that I have a big issue with is online. I mentioned an unquestioning corporate loyalty. And I'm like, do you not know Disney adults?
Have you been to D23 where people will boo for certain things or?
Yeah, like, no, there's not unquestioning loyalty. People, in fact, if anything, sometimes this is an aspect of Disney adults that I don't like, is when something is going to change, then, oh my gosh, like how negative people can be.
The whole world is crumbling if a ride changes or something closes.
Or anything changes. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not that big of a deal. There are actually some people that are getting upset about the third verse that they're adding to Small World.
Because
most are not.
Yeah, no.
Most are actually very on board with it. The amount of people that are like, oh, just switch it back from Tiana's to Splash Mountain. I'm like, people, come on. They are not
doing that.
Going to do that. That is never going to happen. Just stop.
But yeah, if anything, a Disney adult will find things to complain about or like want to change about things, or there's this nostalgic aspect of it should be the way it's always been, especially when it was something of your childhood. It makes me think of Star-Lord's quote at the Guardians in Epcot. He's like, I'm so excited to go see Veggie Fruit and go on Horizons.
Go on Horizons. Yeah. And I'm like,
no, none of those don't exist anymore.
And they threw that in there because they knew a lot of the big Disney adults were going to know exactly what those were, even though they were from ages ago.
Yeah.
And would also probably get online and complain that they're not there anymore.
Yeah.
Because that's what they do. I'm like, I'm sorry, would you rather have Soarin' or Kitchen Cabaret or Food Rocks, or would you? And then I know what people would say about Horizons versus Mission Space.
Everyone loves Horizons so much.
I don't agree with you. Anyway,
it was great.
So is being a Disney adult is being labeled a Disney adult necessarily a bad thing?
No.
I'd say no.
No.
I would say no. I don't really know why it has to be.
Yeah. Make sure you don't throw it around like glibly or lightly to people. It shouldn't be taken as pejorative, but
No.
But also don't try to make people don't give people reasons to have more fodder against Disney adults. Like
No.
try to
Don't kick the I mean, I've raced a child to get
We have not
to,
kicked children down.
I've not kicked them down, but I have raced children to jingles on the carousel.
Well, they probably don't even know. They don't even care
No,
what it is.
but I did, and I was like, this one time I'm going to beat you there because I want it. That has happened, but then now I've done it, and I've never done it again because I'm like, I've done it.
Now
Let a child do it.
do
It's
it.
fine. It's all good.
They have no idea. You need to go up and still tell them this is important.
That wouldn't be creepy.
This is
at
impossibly
all.
important. The horse that you're sitting on was where Julie Andrews sat on.
Where she sits.
Where
She's actually still
sits
there.
currently there.
But at the same time, every time that I've been called a Disney adult or a Disney gay, I've just sat there and sometimes I just go like, okay, so apparently this conversation is about to end because you
clearly don't like
want
Disney.
because you don't want to keep talking to me.
Or you're one that like gets offended by Disney adults.
But I usually try to be like, yeah, I am, and I just kind of see what happens. So they're like, so you just have to do all that, like, and they'll sit and say like, so you have tons of Disney collectibles, like, yeah, I love them, I think they're great. And you go to the parks all the time, like, I do, yeah.
And obviously, Disney is not our only thing in life.
No.
But it's a huge portion.
Because that's another reason why I always constantly tell people, yes, we've been to Tokyo. And then they're like, oh, and then they'll naturally assume, so you've been to Tokyo Disneyland.
Yes.
As though that's the only thing we did.
Yes, we definitely did it.
And I'm like, yeah, we were there, but we also spent 3 days in Tokyo.
Yep.
That's why when we went to Hong Kong, we spent 2 days in Hong Kong.
We just love traveling and other cultures.
And when we tell people, yes, we went to Disneyland Paris, we were there for 4 days, I'm like, also, we were there in Paris 3 days before that, and then we were still in Europe for another 4 days after. Like, it was part of a bigger trip. And we do other trips that are not necessarily Disney related. And it's not everything that we do, but I do kind of like push back at it a little bit. I'm like, you say that like it's a bad thing. What's so horrible about it? And just to see what they say is terrible. And I usually most of the time I'm able to be like, yeah, that's not me.
But seriously, like, there's other, like, people still collect other types of things or are obsessed with other things. So I think probably the main thing is people just are worried or concerned or think that a Disney adult is taking away from their experience somehow. And that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. So,
or that they're overly childlike. And I'm like, I don't see it as me being childlike. I see it as part of like, there are things that I really, really loved about my childhood that I don't know why that why that has to end. Like, there's absolutely no reason why that has to be ended.
And honestly, there's something magical about seeing like grown men and grown women acting like a child. Because in like 99% of the time, they're not going to act like that when they're at home or working or stuff, but let them have fun. Like, it's just, there's something about being in a Disney park that changes you, both while you're there and hopefully forever. Like, just kindness and happiness and joy and magic. So
there's a reason that everyone always like hangs on. I think that's actually really one of the main reasons why people love Christmas so much. There's so many different reasons.
Yeah.
But one, or like just generally the holidays, is because
nostalgic.
Like, it reminds you of how all those wonderful times you had when you were growing up. And oftentimes people who don't love the holidays, they didn't have wonderful memories about that time growing up. And so I'm like, okay, well, that makes sense. Why it doesn't mean as much for you. Or maybe other things have happened that have muddied that.
I do wonder how many Disney adults didn't go to Disney or didn't love Disney as a child.
I know some.
There's a few.
I know some, but then it clicked because it just brought a whole bunch of, it like reignited something.
New memories or just.
It reignited something that had always been dormant, and they're just like, oh my gosh, this is wonderful.
Something I
love
missed
this.
out on, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
and
so it wasn't, this episode wasn't necessarily the most informative for like tips, but just to kind of.
Although I will say, be on the lookout for those Disney adults in the parks because they exist.
Oh yeah,
and
it's kind of entertaining.
And when I say those Disney adults, I mean like the ones that give them a bad rap. And I mean, sometimes they're the ones you just have to be on the lookout for. Like, let's not stand over there next to them because I can just tell what's going to happen and I can't take it. Or the people that are walking around and
don't seem to care about others.
Yeah, that does happen, and it's not wonderful, but you just kind of
it's there.
Kind of be wary of them. And I think you know the ones I'm talking about. Almost everyone there is going to be a Disney adult, but I mean like the ones that they will push your child down. Be careful about those ones.
Yes.
Or the ones that are going to annoy those characters.
Yeah.
Be aware of them. Beware of them too. Just saying.
Honestly, I think teenagers are still more annoying than Disney adults. So when there's like large groups of them, when they're doing
large groups, yes.
Like the what do you call it? After dark.
Grad night,
that thing.
Yep.
Anyway, so just a little bit of a fun / informative / talking episode.
Just a discussion. Let us know what you think. If you consider yourself a Disney adult, or if there's anything that you agree or disagree with what we've been talking about. Like, I'd just be interested to turn this into like a larger discussion about like what does it mean for you? Do you think it's necessarily a bad thing?
Yep.
Are you one of those people that are going to push down a child? And if so, I'm sorry that I'm pointing you out, but I'm just saying a lot of people, the parent is at least going to have some problems with
probably a bad thing to hurt children.
Anyway, make sure that you also are, if you're looking to book that trip, use our friends at Getaway Today. They still, I think it's still going on the adults at kids prices. I was going to say the kids at adults prices. That's not a good deal.
A higher price, woo!
Adults at kids prices.
If it is still happening, it's very soon ending, so do it now. And then make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook to watch what we do, we need to post more.
I know. I actually have a question that I want to post online. And next week is going to be, it going to be next week?
Next week's the Walties.
Or next week. Next week should be the Walties, and then we should do a trip recap after that.
The
I know,
Oscars are this week.
That's why I just said next week, because I had already said that we were going to do a trip recap next week.
Oh, that's right.
But we'll do the Walties next week, and then we'll do the trip recap the week after.
So wait with bated breath. Is that what a bait? I don't know what the bait means.
I don't know. But then also make sure that you subscribe to the podcast to get new episodes as they drop. And we will see you guys next week.
Make sure you vote for the Walties.
I'm going to be putting, I think, the round of voting up either... It should be up soon. If it's not already up, you should see it soon.
If you don't know what the Walties are...
There's a lot of nominees to go through, and so I have to go through and figure out what the top nominees were so you can actually vote on them.
If you don't know what the Walties are, go and listen to the others. We had fun. Sorry.
This will be our third annual.
Sorry.
We're very excited for this. All right. We'll see you guys then.
Bye.
Bye.